You know, that's an improper way of attaining.
32 years old now. Been doing it ever since I was young. I've been doing it every day. I do it every day, 7 days a week. And, I do in the day like a job. You know what I mean? And there's days where I don't steal, and I get the press. You know what I mean? And the next day I go out and I steal double. You know what I mean? And then I feel happy.
Well, I used to be a professional fighter and lost my temper one time and hit somebody, hurt him pretty bad. So my beef is assault. That's my problem. Mine is mostly a problem of emotions. Got to the point where I couldn't control my emotions. And as I was told that I'm still capable of hurting someone, in spite of my age, I'm still in good condition and all these other factors, so they decided that they better send me away, hoping that I can learn enough to control my temper.
For me, to be taken to San Quentin and being executed as prescribed by law. And that's, you slip with the judge and that's it. But the realization hits you when you receive your slip of paper, your verification of your death sentence. And I looked at that slip of paper and said on March the 10th, 10 a.m., you will be executed. That issue, then you know there's people in prison.
Evening prior to the execution, the person who is supervising the execution takes the officers who will be sitting with the man during the night to condemned row, where the man is informed that it's time to go downstairs. We bring him out of the cell and place a set of leather cuffs on him, take him down a flight of an elevator of 5 floors, and put him in a holding cell where he will stay for the night. All arrangements that haven't already been made or made at that time, we find out naturally what he wants for his dinner that night, what kind of records, if any, that he wants to listen to, if he wants coffee, or if he wants tea or milk or whatever the case may be. Then, if he hasn't previously done so, we find out his religious preference, who he would like to spend some time with him during the night, if anyone, and notify these people.
Well, I'm tired and so weary, but I must go along till the Lord comes and calls me away, oh yes. And the morning's so bright, and the lamb is the light, and the night is as black as the sea, oh yes. There'll be peace in the valley, there will be peace in the valley, for me, dear Lord, I pray.
Well, you're contained in a long corridor up there. Your cells are side by side. You have exercise periods from 10:30 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. You're fed twice a day, in the morning around 8 o'clock and then around 2:30. But you have, well, you can do a variety of things, mostly small things. Reading, writing, some fellows drew, some fellows talk, other fellows thought. And you find out a lot about some people, some of your fellows, your neighbors, what kind of life is led. And of course, a lot of them put you on about the Cadillacs and all that. I mean, actually, everybody up there, I think that they're scared. Some of them don't want to admit it. They keep trying to reassure themselves that they're not scared. And this way, why they like to exaggerate a little. I've seen several fellows go downstairs to be executed the next morning. The custom is that the evening when they take you down, you come down and shake hands, you stop in your cell and shake hands. What can you say to a man going down there to be executed? his luck, or don't breathe too deep or something like that, you know what I mean? And some are on the verge of cracking. But you can see them just spewing themselves, so the tears will come in the show. And several of them have gone down with tears in them. Visibly shaken. They're all really scared. Of course, others I've seen going down smiling. A couple of fellows have told me that one of them just was practically running to the gas chamber. He wanted to get it over with.
There will be peace in the valley for me. Well, the bear will be gentle, and the wolf will be tame, and the lion shall lay down by the lamb, oh yes, and the beast from the wild will be led by a child, and I'll be changed from this creature that I am, oh yes.
I would say at first they're afraid. But I think after a few days they get in the routine and they live a comparatively easy, good life on Condemned Road during the time they're waiting. They're fed exceptionally well. But they do an awful lot of cell time. They get a couple, 2.5 hours or something like this exercise in the corridors during the day. And this is about all. The only time they get to come outside is when they're going to and from visits.
There will be peace in the valley for me, dear Lord, I pray. There will be peace in the valley for me.
I was born and raised, brought up as a Catholic, as an altar boy. And when I got older, I sort of veered away from my church, but it brought me back to my church, not because of the crime, it's just that I figure I still think this way if I'd probably stayed with my church. I went to church every Sunday, and I probably wouldn't have wound up where I did.
We went into the little town of Cana, just over the hills from Nazareth. And there's a church that sits over the cistern where the water came from that Christ turned to wine, where the first miracle was performed. We went into the church, saw the cisterns. You can hear the sounds of the water in there, hear the echo. I was so impressed when I came out of the church. If I ever had an inspiration, I had one then, from seeing what I had just seen and heard. And I said under my breath, He turned the water into wine of all things. On the way to Tiberias in the car, in the next few minutes, I wrote this song. He turned the water into wine. He turned the water into wine. In the little Cana town, the word went all around that He turned the water into wine. Well, He walked upon the Sea of Galilee. He walked upon the Sea of Galilee. Shouted far and wide, He calmed the raging tide and walked upon the Sea of Galilee. He turned the water into wine, didn't my Lord now. He turned the water into wine. In the little Cana town, the word went all around. He turned the water into wine. He fed the hungry multitude. Didn't He blossom? He fed the hungry
executions are normally carried out at 10 a.m. on Fridays. Just prior to the execution, we go into the cell and dress him. He normally wears a pair of blue jeans and a white shirt. At approximately 3 minutes after 10, I will get the direction of the warden. The man is placed in the chamber. His arms are strapped, his legs are strapped, and he's strapped around his chest. Then the chamber is sealed, and on the words of the warden, the gas is applied. Almost in all cases, the reaction is the same. From the time the man is placed in the chamber until he's pronounced dead is not longer than 14 to 15 minutes. He is, for all intents and purposes, dead long before that. The one that I have witnessed was very easy. I've heard many people describe this in many different ways, but to me, if you watch a man's hand it's strapped to a chair, when it does move, he doesn't even clench his fist, which would be the first thing that you would know, that you would see if there was pain involved. And I've never even seen this happen. So I don't believe that there's any pain whatsoever connected with it. Most of them want to go in with a problem. They think it's important to die like a man.
Well, my mother came to see me in the morning, and it was a little difficult trying to more or less soothe her feelings, and she was more perturbed actually than what I was. I was scared. I always have been scared, but I felt, well, this is the way it's going to be, and I'm going to go. I didn't want to go, but you just can't do anything at that time. I was prepared. I talked to the rest of the fellows. But I was in a little bit of a daze, though. I was thinking about tomorrow morning, what was going to happen the next morning, rather. I managed to survive that afternoon, and then I heard them coming up for me. The 4 officers that usually come up to take a man down and hold him in the holding cell next door to the gas station. And then the officer came down and he says, you better sit down. He says, I got some news for you. Well, I knew my attorney was trying to contact Justice Douglas. So they must have got in contact with him because the officer told me I was planning to stay. Oh, it was just like a big road coming off his shoulders. And I did get down, say a prayer, but I got on my knees and said a prayer. Fine.
San Quentin, you've been living hell to me. You've blistered me since 1963. I've seen 'em come and go, and I've seen 'em die. And long ago I stopped asking why. San Quentin, I hate every inch of you. You cut me and you scarred me through and through. And I'll walk out a wiser, weaker man. Mr. Congressman, you can't understand.
Western National Bank hopes that
Try to turn the tide because you're mine. I walk the line. I keep a close watch on the start of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tide of mine because you're mine.
about coming into San Quentin. Actually, we had some fellas there that when we walked in, they were just scared to death.
Everybody's playing their own little game, trying to get out of this madhouse, I can call it actually.
They're family men, they have wives and they have kids in a lot of cases, and they've come here for some such crime or something like that, But for the most part, they're not unlike the average guy on the street, with the exception of being caught.
First week I went there, there was something like 3 or 4 shows. And strangest thing about it, I just heard about it. I haven't seen them, just heard about it. They think it happened. And they happened so fast that they took the inmates that were either stabbed or wounded or killed, took them away so fast that before I knew what was happening, it was all over. Matter of fact, there was one incident that happened right in front of my cell. And I didn't know anything about it, so I went to the chow hall. And we walked about, it's about a 3-4 minute walk. By the time we got to the chow hall, when I sat down, some fella came up and he said, "Have you heard about that fella that hit with a 2x4? I said, "Where did it happen?" He said, "Right in front of your cell."
I hear the train coming, it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know when, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling all down the San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. Hey, one more time. One more time.
And you move every time a bell rings, it means something. You do too much time, I think. It makes you institutionalized where you can't think for yourself.
I can remember the times that were, if I saw somebody stabbed or if I saw somebody hurt or something like that where it would bother me, And I'm getting to the point now to where it almost doesn't even concern me.
With laughter in here, man, it's dead. If you can laugh in here, then you can make it.
Hey, look yonder coming down that railroad track. Hey, look yonder coming down that railroad track. It's that orange blossom special, bringing my baby back. Woo! But I'm going down to Florida and get some sand in my shoes. Or maybe California and get some sand in my shoes. Write that orange blossom special and lose these New York blues. You going back to Florida? I don't know. Ain't you worried about getting your nourishment in this rotten place? Huh? Well, I don't care if I do that. Hey, talk about a rambling. That's the train on the line. Talk about a traveling. She's the fastest train on the line. It's that orange blossom special going down the seaboard line.
All right.
We're going to do this song for you right now. People gonna swoop and bow. All them women gonna make me teach you what you don't know how. I'm going to jack. You turn a loose in my coat. Yeah, I'm going to jack.
Goodbye, tall hero.
All right, we've got another one for you. Junior, I've been singing this song, our version of a John Sebastian song, Darling Companion.
Darling companion, come on and give me understanding.
And let me be your champion. I am to hold your pretty hand in.
Darling companion, now you know you'll never be abandoned. Love will always fly our landing. I can depend on you.
Oh, this salty mare like you should have a seat.
Oh, a little bridling down from you is what I need. Darling companion, now you know you'll never be abandoned. Love will always fly our landing. I can depend on you.
Darling companion, come on and give me understanding. Long as we keep laughing, bear in mind just what to happen. Darling companion, I tell the mountains and the canyons, long as I got legs to stand on, I gotta stick by. Oh, a little salt in there like you should have a tea.
A little bridling down from you is what I need.
Darling companion, I tell the mountains and the canyons, as long as I got legs to stand on, I'm gonna stick by. Darling companion, I tell the mountains and the canyons, as long as I got legs to stand on, I'm gonna stick by.
Johnny Cash represents a part of America that a lot of people want to look back to. It wasn't a chaotic thing, in their mind. It was mom's apple pie, and it might have been beans, but everybody had a full belly. Things of this nature.
Carl Perkins wrote a song that tells about the reason for it all. It takes us back home and again tells it like it was when I was a little bitty kid. And we gathered around the piano, and me and little brother would join in, and Mama sang tenor, and Daddy sang bass. I remember when I was a lad, times were hard and things were bad, but there's a silver lining behind every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living out of like land. We'd get together in a family circle, singing loud. Daddy sang bass.
Mama sang
Me and little brother joined right in there. All singing seems to help our troubles go. One of these days it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join the family circle that's the throne. So the circle.
How long hero I have is my uncle, who was in Korea. He was a Purple Heart and the Silver Star, and he died in he was he saved his platoon. That's the only actual hero.
Daddy sang bass. All singing seems to help our troubles go. One of these days it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join the family circle at the throne. Oh, the circle won't be broken by and by, Lord, by and by.
They're hiding it, That society out there has created a good many. I myself feel that the greatest crime a goodly portion of us in San Quentin are guilty of is one thing that we were born for.
Being a convict in California, especially, you're not even allowed to fight for your country.
We're exposed to a kind of a machine-like justice that just spews us out, because our mediocrity, we're of no consequence. What happens to us?
My wife comes up to visit. I see her once a week, and you go out into the visiting room, and there's your wife, but you can't touch her. That's illegal. And shame on you to put your hand on her leg or do something, really out of line like that. They really get upset, and you sit there, and you talk for about a half hour or something like that, and then for me, it's kind of, I seem to kind of get in a state of limbo, to where it's kind of like unreal.
Daddy sang bass. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. It takes a lot of imagination sometimes to write a song and to really put something into it where somebody else can understand it and feel it. We've been in several prisons, San Quentin and Folsom Prison and the Starkville, Mississippi jail. in the El Paso jail. And, you wouldn't believe it. One night I got in jail in Starkville, Mississippi for picking flowers. I was walking down the street. I may sing that for you a little bit later. I was walking down the street. What? Excuse me, I couldn't hear you. I was talking. Walking down the street and, going to get me some cigarettes or something. About 2 o'clock in the morning after the show. I think it was. Anyway, I reached down and picked the dandelion here and the daisy there as I went along, and this car pulls up. I said, get it the hell in here, boy. What are you doing? So I just picking flowers. Well, $36 for picking flowers in the night in jail. You can't hardly win, can you? It's there. No telling what you'd do if you pull an apple or something. And if any of the guards are still speaking to me, could I have a glass of water? San Quentin, just San Quentin, you've been living hell to me. You've blistered me since 1963. I've seen 'em come and go, and I've seen 'em die. And long ago I stopped asking why. San Quentin, I hate every inch of you. You cut me and you scarred me through and through. And I'll walk out a wiser, weaker man. Mr. Congressman, you can't understand. San Quentin, what good do you think you do? Do you think I'll be different when you're through? You bend my heart and mind and you warp my soul. Your stone walls turn my blood a little cold. San Quentin, may you rot and burn in hell. May your walls fall and may I live to tell. May all the world forget you ever stood. And may all the world regret you did no good. San Quentin, I hate every inch of you.
Some men, I think, are afraid. This causes them to do one of two things. They either have to join a clique of some kind, a gang to survive. They have to pay protection to survive, or they have to do many things, even to the point of being homosexuals to survive. Many of them have to pay protection to survive. And I feel that this type of thing characterizes a lot of inmates. I think practically every inmate in the institution has his own way of survival. This causes him to to not be able to act himself. I've seen cases where inmates, for instance, wrap their arms with toilet paper to make them look big and muscled up. I've seen them do many things to do this. Many times they will just stay up a bad time in order to show some other group of inmates that I'm on your side or I'm a big tough guy. So this is a means of survival.
Wanted man in Mississippi, wanted man in Old Cheyenne, wherever you might look tonight, you might see this wanted man. I might be in Colorado or Georgia by the sea, working for some man who may not know at all who I might be. If you ever see me coming, and if you know who I am, don't you breathe it to nobody, cause you know I'm on the lam. This man by Lucy Watson, wanted man by Jeannie Brown, wanted man by Nellie Johnson, wanted man in this big town. I've had all but I wanted of a lot of things I had, and a lot more than I needed of some things that turned out bad. I got sidetracked in El Paso, stopped to get myself a mount, went the wrong way into Juarez with Wandy on my lap. Then I went to sleep in Freeport, woke up in Abilene, wondering why the hell I'm wounded at some town halfway between. Wanted man in Albuquerque, wanted man in Syracuse, wanted man in Tallahassee, wanted man in Baton Rouge. There's somebody set to grab me anywhere that I might be, and wherever you might look tonight, you might see it.
Most of the people here are paranoid. In other words, they're all afraid something is going to happen to them in one sense or another.
Throughout the whole Department of Corrections, anybody that comes to the surface, so to speak, for some bad quality, highly violent, he starts riots, he's a killer, anything like that, usually he's going to end up here.
We had the work strikes, which later resulted in a retaliation thing between one group against another, and resulted in the majority of the inmates in the institution rebelling.
When you come out of the mess hall that day, well, you walk right into the middle of a racial confrontation, and it was black on one side and Mexican and white on the other side, and you were just arbitrarily forced into, going to your own, but nothing else by school education. You had no choice.
I'm not a fascist, but I am a segregationist. I don't believe in immigration, especially in prison. It creates a lot of tensions, especially with the younger generation of black people who are taking the militant views. As far as I'm concerned, I have no part of immigration. I was raised like they were. I had nothing. I had to go out and steal what I wanted to get. Well, they want everything on a platter. You don't get nothing on a platter today. Well, it isn't so much what's wrong with them. It's that I don't want to be bothered with their problems, and I don't want their whatever problems they have to be burdened on my shoulders. I feel they should find their own solution.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him because he's running here. kid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wit got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars. I'd search the honky tonks and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew.